Ideas flow like river streams, building bridges with our teams, pitching plans and making waves. In this game we all stay brave. Rise and shine, ever rise and shine. Entrepreneurs answer the call. With a network, hand in hand. Amber UTech Launchpad stand.
Welcome to the Amber UTech Launchpad competition, broadcasting from the Amber Group studios in Kingston. Today, 4 VIP champions of the business world will decide the fate of the rising entrepreneurs competing for a chance to be accepted in the Amber UTech Launchpad. I'm Prince Graham Haynes, your host. The Amber UTech Launchpad pitching competition is an exciting initiative designed to identify and nurture the next generation of innovative entrepreneurs in Jamaica. This competition brings together some of the brightest minds with groundbreaking ideas across various industries, offering them a platform to showcase their startups and receive valuable support to propel their ventures to success. Now sit comfortably in your chairs and get ready to evaluate our young entrepreneurs alongside our esteemed panel of judges. Today we have with us Deshant Sabadia, founder and CEO of Amber Group, the fastest growing technology conglomerate in Jamaica. His name is synonymous with innovation, passion, and a tireless commitment to driving positive change for our country. Dr. Kevin Brown, president of the University of Technology, who has over 10 years experience in the aerospace industry. Mr. Michael McNaughton, managing director of Amber Group, who has huge experience as a stockbroker and investment consultant. Peter Meledo is the president and CEO of the ICD Group, a Jamaica-based conglomerate with interest in real estate development, e-commerce, technology distribution, property management, business process outsourcing, and general insurance. Please help us welcome Romario Thomas with his project, Everything Skin.
Hi, my name is Dr. Romario Thomas. I'm a consultant dermatologist and cosmetic surgeon. The name of my business is Everything Skin. So basically, if you're watching this, you have had or you currently have a skin condition that you just don't know how to treat, right? Everything Skin aims to solve that. By using AI-driven software, you'll be able from your home to take a picture of your skin lesion, fill out some information about the issue, and our app will generate a diagnosis for you and suggest tips for treating as well as recommended products. In addition to that, there's a whole community of service to provide dermatologists and aestheticians directly to your app, as well as to deliver the products you need. So what you'll see is that you'll have no longer the issues with the acne, the wrinkles, or even more chronic and severe dermatologist skin conditions. I have over almost 10 years of experience in the skincare and dermatology field, and one of the number one issues is that patients struggle to diagnose and treat conditions. So they will stay at home, especially us as Jamaicans. We use all kinds of remedies that do not work. So I know that exists as a problem, and I know that the availability of trained experts in the area exists as a problem. So that's what fueled me to decide to create Everything Skin. And of course, the world is going into AI, the world is going into more advanced technology. So that's what we're able to bring to dermatology and hopefully other aspects of medicine with our app.
Please help us welcome Romario Thomas with his project, Everything Skin.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Romario Thomas, a consultant dermatologist and cosmetic surgeon. And today I'm presenting Everything Skin, the only skincare app you'll ever need. Now chances are if you're on this panel or at home, you have or have had one of these challenges. Difficulty in diagnosing and properly treating a skin condition. There also exists a high level of misdiagnosis of life-threatening and chronic skincare diseases, or you're just struggling to find the right recommendations for your skin. The solution is an AI-powered diagnostic tool and expert consultations, which will result in reduced rates of misdiagnosis, proper and effective accurate treatment. Now, the problem also exists where there's a limited availability of dermatologists and expert skincare solutions in rural and underserved areas. And the solution is by connecting users to a network of certified dermatologists through the app via telemedicine or in-person applications. As a dermatologist, we also experience problems with zoning in on a diagnosis and setting up a practice. Now, let me run you through the key features of our community. At home, you will take a picture of your skin lesion. You will be asked to fill out questions about the condition, and our app will generate differential diagnosis. You will then be prompted skincare tips as well as the products that will treat your condition. You can purchase these from our e-commerce store. You're also linked to our dermatologist to book telemedicine or in-person consultations. Our AI expert analyzer tool also allows user engagement and drives traffic to our e-commerce store. It analyzes your skin, assesses its condition, and recommends the products that are needed for your skin. In our app, we also have AI targeted advertiser kit, which will boost sales by giving the user targeted products based on their skin condition. Now, all of this culminates in our community with the Everything Skin storefronts, which are designed to revolutionize the way we do retail and wholesale skincare in Jamaica. Our target market are individuals seeking dermatological care, especially those in underserved areas, as well as individuals with busy schedules who want skincare advice. And as a halo, we will attract dermatologists and aestheticians, as well as companies seeking effective advertising strategies. Now, the skincare industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We hope to get a serviceable obtainable market of about $5 billion US. Now, this app was validated with surveys to end users as well as dermatologists, and the overall result is that there's a need and appreciation for what we're offering with Everything Skin. Now, of course, there are competitors, but no one offers the robust and unique platform that we offer here. Our unique value point is that we are borderless and scalable, and there is no local skincare mecca. Now, recent establishment of the DM Dermatology program at UWI will create a constant source of newly trained dermatologists. I myself am one of two of the first graduates of that program, and I work exquisitely and intimately with the faculty. A revenue model: dermatologists and aestheticians will have basic and advanced subscriptions, as the users will have subscriptions. There will be in-app as well as storefront purchases, as well as consultation fees for the telemedicine. We will have advertisement as well as enterprise partnerships and data licenses. Our marketing strategies for digital marketing, content marketing, partnerships, and a referral program. Now, there is no business without challenges, but we have a robust team and we know how to overcome all these barriers to entry. Our key metrics will be tracked, but at year one, we're aiming for annual revenue of $1.2 million US. By year two, $4 million US. Now, our advisory board includes Shara Watson, who is the director of the SRC, as well as Jonathan Ho, who is the president of the Dermatology Association of Jamaica. Now, how can AMBA become a partner? Software development, assistance in fundraising, expert personal support, and market expansion. To develop our app and e-commerce platform, AMBA is being petitioned to invest in this area to create a software foundation of the Everything Skin community with high quality user experience as well as robust functionality and a successful market launch. For our storefronts, which will require capital, AMBA is being petitioned to help by directly investing or putting us in front of the persons who are willing to invest. Through partnership with AMBA, we hope to gain access to years of expertise and robust market expansion model, which we would have to seek on our own. In conclusion, the Everything Skin app is going to transform dermatological care by providing accurate, accessible, and comprehensive solutions to both patients and dermatologists. By using our cutting-edge AI-powered diagnostics and skin analysis, seamless expert consultations, innovative practice management tools, as well as storefronts and e-commerce platforms, we will revolutionize skincare in Jamaica, the Caribbean, and the world, because we are borderless and we are unique and we are new. I'm Dr. Amar Thomas, and this was a guide to Everything Skin.
Thank you very, very much, Doc. A very interesting presentation, very unique. My first question is the AI training. Do you have enough data to train the AI model?
The AI model also already exists in the form of APIs, right? We are backed by the most robust and vast dermatological pictorial software in the world.
Wow.
Also, based on studies by the JADA Journal of American Academy of Dermatology, our platform represents the highest Black and Hispanic pictorial database anywhere. So basically, the software that backs us is most tailored to our market, Jamaica and the Caribbean.
And given that Jamaica's uniqueness in terms of the skin requirements, do you have enough content to support the local market?
I'll put it to you this way. I am a dermatologist consultant and I use this app's database every day in my skincare practice. It has more than enough content from eczema and acne that you see every day to things like hidradenitis suppurativa and some you wouldn't even know. But it's a very vast matter.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna ask a similar-ish question in terms of the depth of the database, especially as it relates to black skin. But it sounds like you're saying that you have that already. So if you have that, what's the barrier to entry into the market in terms of competition? How do you stop others from seeing this and saying, okay, I'll launch the same thing, compete?
Okay, so what we have done is we have negotiated regional exclusivity contracts with the API producers.
Wow.
Right? To obtain that, however, and we need a more, a more admirable or a more beneficial platform to them, which is where Amber comes in. By adding their robust expertise and putting Amber behind our product, we hope to get all those exclusivity rights, as well as, even though there's access to, persons doing this, access to the database and know-how and putting it all together, there's a lot of time and expertise that has went behind the door into this app.
Just looking at your numbers for a sec here, your conversion from downloads to active users seems very, very, very aggressive. Just fill me in a bit on how do you think you're going to get in front of so many people, you're going to get that level of conversion and then turn that into a very high level of engagement, 150,000 of your 200,000 users interacting with it.
Okay, so those numbers came from research and SWOT analysis from two major things. We looked at existing models of AI-driven diagnostic tools who actually publish their data, as well as we merged that with top-performing local apps. I'm intimately and friends with someone who actually owns companies, My Cart Express, I don't know what. That one is one of the number one apps in Jamaica. So we actually looked at that level of data and download them and user engagement. And basically we were able to come up with this estimate. Also, unique to our product, if you have a skin condition, you use our app and you got products that treated it, you will never leave our platform. You will recommend our platform every time you see somebody with acne or a zit. So we have an inherent referral base and user retention within our market. And it's free, only becomes charged when you add the subscription level, for which will give you added benefits. So that's why we think our engagement and user retention and downloads will be high.
Michael?
Two quick questions. One, you mentioned that you've already, gotten access to the databases through APIs. And I noticed the subscription rates that you have. So can I assume that the license model with that data center is a per user license rate?
So they give an enterprise rate,
yes,
right? And beyond certain number of acquisition uses, it starts to become per call. But
Okay.
even with those numbers, it is still a very economic and plausible model.
Okay. And then the other question now is around the risk side, the risk of liabilities, the risk of misdiagnoses, which, you're a doctor, you know that these risks exist, but the risks are somewhat accelerated through telemedicine, which, seems like the direction in which this business is going.
So in our app,
Yes.
at every given screen, we reinforce that these diagnoses do not replace your consultation with your doctor. And also, any condition based on our database that is deemed anything more than a run-of-the-mill, you are recommended to a telemedicine dermatologist for an in-person consultation. So this is not to replace your visit to your dermatologist. It is just making it easier to access both qualified and directed products, as well as to access your dermatologist.
Last 60 seconds, quick question. You have an e-commerce side of it. How would you align all the medications that are required for each of those conditions? And would there be a liability of selling recommended medications after your consultations?
So any product that's recommended from our e-commerce platform is a cosmeceutical. It doesn't replace a prescription. So you can't get a prescription grade medication for a platform. That has to be done from the dermatologist. So anything sold to you through our skincare, you could just pick up at one of the major pharmacies if they had it.
Is it possible to expand this to have skincare centers of our own, sort of across Jamaica, main cities where the traffic is very high, for actual visit, consultation, post-app?
That's
where we can get some kickback from the actual doctors who will prescribe that we will recommend you, and then we get some back. Is that a possibility?
That's where the storefronts comes in. And when we say we're going to transform dermatologists down here, the everything storefronts are a one-stop shop. You come there and it's a makeup skincare, but you also have dermatologists within that facility as well. So we can create everything in centers, and we're also looking into the possibility of franchising everything skin storefronts.
Brick and mortar is always scary. The whole world is shutting down brick and mortar, but not the hospitals, clinics that will always stay because it needs a physical touch. What I'm saying is that would you consider a possibility that we don't create the brick and mortar, but we partner with all the dermatologists in their own locations, and we do a referral to them from our apps based on the location of the person, and then have arrangements with them to create them as our storefront itself? Won't that be cheaper?
Definitely. It could be cheaper by removing the need for the brick and mortar, as well as we'll just have to do content fulfillment from a warehouse. That's also a possibility as well. We were looking into that for round 1 raise, and then possibly the storefront for probably round 2 and round 3 raise as we go into other markets.
Perfect. Thank you so very much. This was fantastic.
Thank you.
I think, guys, this has got a lot of legs. Let me ask you something that on this scoring, right, where you have external risks. This is you want to get to the highest. In other words, the high score is the best. So if it's low external
then
risk,
you
then
go
you give it
zero
a high
kind
score.
of, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
You want to go high score because
isn't this
It's
like
gonna
the
be total.
total for the high score? So
That's
I
right.
figure
So if
if
you
it
say
has a low
five-
external risk, it would have to get a high score.
correct.
Okay, I got you.
Right. Correct.
Kind of counterintuitive, but
I think the model is good. If already all the database is there to generate it via APIs into this, and I've not come across many apps like this myself. I think, and also to scale it globally is a lot more faster because it's the same skin conditions everybody have all over the world.
yeah, but we'd have to try and understand the competition and how much of the market share they have already.
It's not built yet.
No, but no, the competition. I'm not familiar with the market. Well, where I've seen this, Deshant, is with cosmetics, where you have apps. You notice in his presentation, he even had the Estee Lauder
Yes.
app, which helps you to kind of select makeup and so on. So it's there. It's a very interesting app. He gave a really good pitch.
Yeah, I think the kind of bifurcation though, because if you're appealing to Jamaica, then the whole storefront thing, etc. But he's also looking at a kind of a borderless kind of app. I'm not sure he's thought through carefully how, you would go storefront, etc., for a borderless app. Would you then set up? So there's a little bit of a scale effect. I think is kind of weaker than I
That is
would
why I
hope,
said that the referral
yeah.
is much more faster and cheaper.
So unless he could set up a network in other things, but yeah, I mean.
I think it was very, very good. I was allowed to elucidate all the main points of our app. The questions from the judges were very good, allowed us to basically show how much work and in-depth detail that has been done on the back end. And I think they understand what we're trying to achieve with this company and how far it can go. So I really think it went well. It was really the questions about, licensing and how well we know that it will serve the Jamaican population, but we believe that what we have created is the most robust and unique platform and will help every single person once they have this app.
Please help me welcome Tishana Mullins pitching Next Step Lifelong Educational Services.
My name is Tishana Mullins. My business is Next Step Lifelong Educational Services. In the Amber Launchpad, I'm pitching Skills Sync Pro, which is a learning experience platform for corporate companies. So over the years, Next Step Lifelong Educational Services have been going into companies and delivering training in areas like employee engagement, executive presence. But now we want to scale and grow. So we're building a tech platform that will allow employers to put in their learning goals for their staff and allow employees to input their learning needs. And myself as a training consultant, when I engage, I'll be able to input into the platform, and then this AI-driven learning experience platform will develop tailored learning experiences for corporates so that when they're trained, it's actually aligned with the company's ROI and their actual business targets. So I'm looking for support from Amber to actually build out the learning platform. In the training sessions, there was this joke where I told them that I wanted them to pay for my chief technical officer for a year, and I am going to pitch that again today, because the solution that we're developing, we'd like to have the CTO on our team looking at how we engage when we engage in a space, because there are some very innovative things about our engagement style that makes it highly engaging. It includes the creative arts. So we want the CTO to have an idea of the art and soul of the brand and the way we engage, and so that the emotionally intelligent AI persona that will actually be built into the platform can carry the energy of the trainers in the brand.
Please help me welcome Tishana Mullins pitching Next Step Lifelong Educational Services.
Driver, don't stop at all. I am Tishana Mullins, driver of personal and professional growth. Now, over the last 12 years, I've been building what is Jamaica's Power Skills Center. My mentor is a systems engineer. He says the soft stuff are the hard stuff. So I've been teaching soft skills and performance improvement programs from the classroom to the boardroom over the last 12 years, but we have taken a strategic focus on the corporate arm for the next 5 years. And everybody on this panel can agree that a well-trained workforce needs to be consistently upskilled and reskilled to drive prosperity and competitiveness in this modern day market. Now, Jamaica, in terms of productivity, according to PIOJ, we have declined by 1.2% in 2019. There has not been much of an improvement to date, but let's take it closer to my niche, the people that I work with every day, every week, HR managers trying to have the most productive training for their staff members. Now they're saying the training that we're getting, it lacks relevance, it's not engaging. Sometimes because of the time constraints, busy schedules of the team members, it's difficult to get everybody together. We're not seeing a return on our ROI when we're bringing these big name, big money trainers. We need your help. So now I'm going to these organizations, we engage energetically, as you can probably tell, and we leave them empowered, but not just pumped up, but with return on their ROI, what their business goals are. We have done it for Heart Trust, we have done it for Nutramix, we have done it for TDI, we have done it for a company in the UK called Ubele Initiative. But the challenge is, on a monthly basis, we struggle to serve more than 7 clients at a time because bandwidth. There are other local players in the market. I'm sure you're familiar with them. You know One-on-One, you know EduFocal, Making Learning Fun. There's LearnAmp and 360 Learning internationally, because while we're seeking to build this app locally, we want to scale it internationally. But because we work so closely with these corporate companies in person, we have a close-up view of the nuances of their challenges, and we also infuse the performing arts like comedy, dance, and drama while we're doing the deep-level system thinking with these teams. So what are we proposing? A LXP, a learning experience platform called Skills Sync Pro. And what this will do, it is the Duolingo of the corporate world. So our emotionally intelligent AI persona, Natoya, that's my middle name in case you're wondering where that name came from. And it's the kind of energy that all our trainers bring to the room that we want to upload into this app. So we want it to be integrated with performance management, seamless human interaction checkpoints, because we still want to do some in-person work. It's really going to be micro-learning units that is delivered in this LXP. So what we want is an AI-driven platform that drives profitability. So how we want it to work, we want employers to be able to put the learning outcomes that they want for their employees, and we want employees to be able to upload their learning needs. And when we interact face-to-face, we will upload our evaluation and feedback so that can tailor-make the training, and there's an individualized learning path sync with their performance appraisals. Now, the demand for digital learning solutions is endless, not just in Jamaica, but globally. The market is growing to a whopping $77.2 billion by 2028. Now, we have been increasing our income over the months, now that we are working with on average 7 companies a month. So with a subscription model on SkillSync Pro, we think we can definitely multiply this. So, and improve our footprint in terms of human capital development in Jamaica and across the region. So our team, we're ready. We have a systems engineer, we have advisors, we have a sales and marketing team, and we are ready. We know it's going to take a couple iterations, but that's why Amber Group is here, right? So we want support with AI development for the human-like persona, software development, UX, UI, go-to-market strategy, and we'd like you to help us to find a CTO. We want that CTO to stay with us, come into the room and see the nuances of how we operate so the platform can be robustly built. So let's take this journey together to build human capital development across Jamaica. We've met before. Where did we meet? At the Amber Group Heart Trust graduation. So let's just continue the journey together.
Thank you so much, John. What I couldn't get from your presentation is what is the content? See, having the app is fantastic, but what is the app driving? What is the content behind?
All right, so the areas of focus that we currently focus on as a corporate training company is executive presence, employee engagement, and emotional intelligence. So
help me break that down. If you say emotional intelligence, if I'm on the app, what am I doing for emotional intelligence? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Okay, right.
What am I going to learn? What am I going to engage with?
All right, so the app, the LXP is going to create a personalized learning platform that includes videos with information, gamified quizzes, and this is being guided by the human-like persona. So she's talking to you about what emotional intelligence means, what does it mean in a corporate place, how do you engage with a customer who is probably irate, if you had a tough meeting with your boss, but now you have a customer-facing interaction, how can you make sure that your emotions are settled so you're actually engaging well? So it's actually talking this content to you and helping you through, and then giving you quizzes afterwards to check your performance.
Right. All right, so you clearly highlighted some competition there.
Yes.
I guess what you have the apps, you also have institutions like mine who also offer corporate training. I guess my concern was a bit like Deshant in terms of what's different in the app. Is it just going to be a standard app delivering courses?
No.
It sounds like you want to do something more interactive, but
yes.
So the value proposition, I'm just trying to understand it. The value proposition is that if my company takes on the app, and by the way, how do you make money from the app?
So they're going to pay, what I'm hoping is that we'll have an enterprise licensing model eventually,
right,
when we have like a fully integrated version of it so they can integrate it into their HR systems. But before then, we want a workable platform where, for example, an employee can say, one of the things I've been struggling with to give great customer service is that I'm not so confident, I feel a little bit shy. And then the manager, the HR manager can say, what I've noticed with my staff is that when they're to engage, I have this problem and we have this big turnover. If they ask me to do an in-person training, for example, I can put my feedback about what I observe from interacting with them. The system then is AI powered. So it will then pull content, videos, create quizzes and activities that are engaging for the person. So what is happening now is some of the other competitors, They have a bunch of courses that they bought from somewhere or that they created, and they just put it on a platform and you can just access whichever of the existing course.
I think the real world challenge, which, and I didn't get to complete the question,
Yeah.
you were trying to answer it anyway. The
Yes.
real world challenge I'm observing is that I can always purchase an app, but how do I get my staff to engage with it? You know, and
Right.
so you'd have to, I would have to lock it into some sort of training and appraisal
It is the
framework.
appraisal system. I mentioned
Yes,
that briefly
yes.
as well.
So
And
to get
then
them to
this
go on there.
interface, it's different. So you go into a platform, the thing literally, you're dealing with an AI persona with human-like qualities, and it's a training path that you are part of creating for yourself. So it's not that these courses are uploaded and you just need to go and finish them. You're a part of creating the thing that you're going to learn from. You know, so one of the things that happens when we go in person, for example, we have a training next week with one of the companies down on the port. With us is a popular comedian, Blacker, and we're doing change management. There's literally a comedic set on change management that Blacker is doing, right? And then when we go into a room, we'll ask questions from them anonymously. What are the things that are blocking you from operating at your best standard, for example? And we will take all of that and we'll manually put it in a spreadsheet and then go with my board, and we'll then look through and then create solutions, feed that back to them. So we want a platform that's doing all of that work. Usually, and somebody told me just this week, we've had a trainer before that we paid tons of money. I worked at another company 30 years ago and he had the same slide deck that he was training with. My team just sits and listens through, right?
Thank you.
When we engage with that team, it's never that way. Almost every single client I have, it's because of a referral, and we keep going back because what they experience in the room is like no other. It's an experience that we create. It's not another.
Thank you very much.
training
It's a little
service.
short of time, so
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Yes.
So yeah, and I get that, and I can see where you in person would be highly effective. But forgive me, but it sounds a bit like I bet you're building a better mousetrap. What maybe I'm looking for is something that's kind of transformational or very innovative. I gather you're taking what you've learned and putting it into something. But is this really a better mousetrap, or do you see something here that's like very disruptive in your industry?
I think so. I feel like when people are a part of designing something that they will learn from, I think there is greater buy-in, because we want a platform that is not just focused on the outcomes that the employer wants, but have the employee at the center, right? And that is often the problem. Even when people call you for training, they're like, this is the problem with the staff, so we want this. We're putting the employee at the center. They're putting their needs in there for learning and growing, and then it's creating a solution that is kind of fit with their learning style as well. So if they prefer to listen, it's going to be mostly videos. If they prefer to read, the system will generate a couple of blogs that is related to the area that they're trying to learn in. So it's not just about a bunch of information that you have to go through. And it's also linked in with the performance appraisal system as well.
Thank you.
Of course, as we think this out, there are features that we can work on to ensure that it's not another mousetrap, so to speak.
Tishana, you obviously have been successful in the brick and mortar space.
Yes.
With your traditional form of trading. And
Wouldn't
you're-
even to want to call it traditional, but I understand.
And
Yeah,
you're
in person.
and you're trying to now transition that success into the digital space. But it's really two different kinds of business models. I mean, my personal experience has shown me that the likes of Coursera and Udemy have not necessarily worked as well in our market as it could, because culturally we are touchy-feely and we are classroom. So I'm not quite sure if the level of success you expect in terms of transitioning to 7 persons in your training class to the kind
7
of
companies on a
or
monthly.
7 companies.
Could be 40, 50 persons in the room.
To the thousands that you hope to capture through the app. I
just
think
think-
that journey is going to be a difficult one in our market, but it is to be seen whether you're right and I'm wrong.
Well, thank you very, very much. We're a little way out of time, but well done. It's a great presentation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean.
You see, from my experience, I remember with my previous company, Rolls-Royce, because of the COVID-19, they converted a lot of in-person training to online training, right? And people engaged with it, but they engaged with it, unfortunately, or because it was on their, goals and targets for training. So, you had to just go there and do it. And I'm just wondering if you have a snazzy looking app and it's whatever it offers, could you get the staff to really engage with it unless you kind of...
The limitedness is how she's only converting her experience to an app, and that is so limited by its own nature.
And it's what is better rather than kind of a vision of the future and going backwards. It's kind of
So what if she links it with what she currently does? She goes in, she says, look, I'll give you the in-person training, and then as an addition, after I leave, there's something of value for your staff to continue to work with through this app.
But then she won't be able to scale like she wants to scale. That's her challenge. She wants to use technology to scale through it.
classroom scenario.
Shania, Connell.
Shania, I mean, I'd hire her to train.
Yeah, because absolutely.
In person.
Yeah. Yes, because you could.
Not sure what this what the product is.
You could see where.
I can't build it I can't understand the product, how it will fit. That's the problem. She's talking about emotional intelligence to guide. There's so many AI chatbots now. You can do it on ChatGPT. you don't even need to
Keep
build
saying
it.
the chat easy. Make me
You're
so
already doing
kind
it.
of.
Exactly. That's what I do actually. So some of
You can have an AI relationship, right?
Well, it always feels like another step on the journey to build something to help to improve other people's lives, because that's what my business is about. So when I stepped into that room, I'm like, if I get this, then a lot of other people are winning. So that was the feeling. Well, the concern that stood out to me is that after pitching SkillSync Pro, which is a platform to disrupt the traditional e-learning model, they were asking me about things like Coursera and Udemy, and it is exactly not that. It is disruptive, where the learners are choosing exactly how they want to learn. So if you're a Jamaican and you like Bounty Killer and you like videos, and the training is about change management, then you want to hear Bounty Killer voice talking to you about change management. That is disruptive. That is like nothing I've ever seen, not just on the local scene, but anywhere in the region. And I'm gonna do it. I want to do it with Amber. So let's see.
Please help me welcome Shania Connell pitching Gemshay Enterprise.
Hi, I'm Shania Connell. I'm the founder and CEO of GEM Tours. My GEM Transportation Operations Unified Reservation System. GEM Tours for short. Well, GEM Tours aims to revolutionize the transportation sector in Jamaica's tourism industry. We're going to streamline and automate the operations for the contract card operators and make things super easier for them and their businesses. I came up with the idea for GEM Tours because I want to make tech that helps. I also want to make tech that actually makes persons' lives easier. And with my background in tourism, I want to go with technology to tourism that will make it easier for the workers, for the tourists, for the travel agents, everyone involved, so that we can be more efficient, save time and money.
Please help me welcome Shania Connell pitching Gemshay Enterprise.
Hi, I'm Shania Connell, founder and CEO of GEM Tours, my GEM Transportation and Operations Unified Reservation System. And today, I'm excited to share how GEM Tours is set to revolutionize Jamaica's tourism transportation sector. But first, let me introduce you to David. He's a contract carriage operator in Jamaica. Every day, he spends hours manually creating driver schedules, texting updates, and managing bookings. Now this leads to errors, delays, and frustrated guests. One day, for example, David dropped off the guests at the wrong hotel, ruining their experience and his reputation. But this is where GEM Tours comes in to save the day. Gem Tours automates those tedious tasks with reservation, administration, and dispatch. What makes us unique? We are tailored, digital, comprehensive solution specifically for Jamaica. Think automated scheduling, centralized reservation system, user-friendly app, and so much more. Our target market consists of almost 10,000 contract carriage operators. Our ideal customers are small to medium businesses, tour operators, and independent drivers. With Jamaica's tourism sector growing annually, there is a multi-million-dollar market opportunity for tech adoption in transportation. Unlike the outdated existing systems and generic platforms out there, Gem Tours is tailored for Jamaica. We offer real-time updates, mobile accessibility, and comprehensive features. We're not just another software, we're the game changer. We'll make money through subscriptions, transactions, and premium features. Our tiered pricing fits businesses of all sizes and feature requirements. We'll partner with tourism boards and agencies to drive our growth. To market, we'll use digital methods, partnerships, and direct outreach. To acquire customers, we'll offer free trials and demos, as well as referential incentives. Initially, we'll focus on key tourism hotspots in St. James and then expand island-wide. So, let me introduce you to the dream team. You have myself, Shania Connell, an Edward Siaga recipient and first-class honors graduate in computer science from the University of Technology, and currently pursuing a master's degree in computer science at the University of East London. Abby Matthews-Gordon, our Chief Technical Officer, also a graduate of computer science at UTech, a Microsoft LEAP program participant, skilled in software development and project management, and Hubert Connell, our advisor, who has been in the tourism transportation sector since 2004, owns Reggae Tours Jamaica, and is currently the president for the Montego Bay chapter of Maxi Tours. For metrics, we'll focus on user adoption rates, customer satisfaction scores, and revenue growth. Our key milestones consist of completing the prototype and pilot testing. Then we'll officially launch and aim to reach 1,000 active users within the first year. Are there risks and challenges? Yeah, there's market adoption, technology integration, and competitive response. But with continuous user feedback, robust testing, and adaptive development, paired with the team's experience and commitment, we're ready to face these head on. We're enlisting your support to help us develop and launch Gem Tours, in also business training and mentorship, and experience in legal and financial marketing. We need your help to transform the tourism transportation sector. To recap, Gem Tours aims to revolutionize the transportation sector for tourism. We want to enhance tourist experience and make things better for the workers with your support. Thank you for your time and attention, and I hope and I look forward to your support and partnership.
Shania, thank you so much. Great presentation. You got a phenomenal energy. You're confident, and I guess you've got a good product out there. But just to help me summarize, so it's a software product for contract carriages that you will give it to them so they can better their operations, and there will be customer app also for consumers to call for the contract carriages, or how does it work? How do you package it for the consumer side?
Okay, so we're targeting the contract carriage operators. We're offering them the tech to help automate and streamline their operations.
Yes.
So whatever features that they require from our solution, we'll be able to provide it to them on a tiered basis based on what they will pay it for. So it might require that there's a booking part of it where their customers can book, because currently the operators, when they might get a call for a booking and they have to write it down in a book. Or some persons have some software which is Excel sheets that they use and stuff like that. But there's no real tech there that's mobile accessible, where the drivers can get the information in real time, or the customers can have access to the information in real time.
It's more of a dispatch system.
So we're targeting the administration, we're targeting dispatch, and also reservation.
Thank you.
What's the competition like in this space?
Currently, there's offline systems that businesses will use currently, like Excel sheets, but most of the processes are manual, right? So we want to offer a cloud-based network where you can access it from anywhere that you are.
Sure. Shania, are you speaking to the Jamaica market? Are you saying that there are no apps out there at the moment that can do this?
Correct.
Globally?
In the Jamaican market, nobody.
In Jamaica. Globally.
Globally?
No, in Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
Oh,
In
okay.
Jamaica.
Okay. And it sounds like you want to do everything. So it's not just the kind of customer facing kind of like Uber like app. It also does the back office stuff as well.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
So, Shania, my question to you is, based on the numbers you showed, I think that a lot of these contract carriers, carriage operators, are small businesses. I mean, own a car and, he has a clientele or he deals with the hotels. Do they want technology?
Yes,
Will
they
they
do.
use technology?
Yes, they do.
Other than WhatsApp and making telephone calls.
Yes, they do. It's technology that's needed. I've already spoken to businesses and independent drivers, and they're ready to utilize the technology to make things easier for them in their business. I come from a background where my father is a contract carriage operator, and my mother is in the dispatch system for tourism, and she spends hours at night trying to create the schedules, and my father managing the bookings and everything. It's a lot of work on the workers, and I want to make that's easier for them, to help them to improve their businesses, and then Jamaica will also be helped.
Thank you, Peter.
Yeah, Shania, thanks. And as an investor, though, I'm looking at a relatively small population size. You said 10,000. I don't know what your adoption rates will be initially, but I don't know how much subscription. These guys don't earn a big margin. It's not a big margin business. It's a very competitive business. So as an investor, where do I see? I understand you're solving a problem, but what's in it for an investor?
All right, so we're offering a subscription basis to these operators. So there are 10,000 now, but the market is continuously growing. We're continuously having other businesses and independent drivers coming in. And after we've reached a substantial part of the Jamaican market, then we want to expand into the other Caribbean regions with this technology in other countries that it's needed.
Thank you, Peter. It's a very, very interesting question. If I do some pure maths, if there are 10,000 vehicles, you're not going to charge per vehicle, you're going to charge per operator. Now, 10,000 vehicles, and let's say you go ballistic, even then you will get maybe 3,000, 4,000 at the most. And those 4,000 will be 30 or 40 operators at the most. And even if I charge, let's say, 5,000 Jamaican per operator for 30 operators, that's 150,000 per month. In terms of the earning, the solution is fantastic. I know it will solve a lot of problem, but actually earning, paying staff on your side, paying for the servers, paying for Google, it's a lot of things that is very expensive. So given that you're not going per vehicle, you're going per operator, because it's got nothing to do with the vehicle by itself. And that is where my real problem is, that the earning is so little from this market that you might not be able to even pay for the basic salaries for your own team and the cost of running the tech by itself.
Okay, so in addition to reaching the operators, we can also have a marketing aspect of it, where because these contract carriage operators are directly in contact with the tourists that are coming to Jamaica, we can now market to the attractions so that they can advertise on our system to these tourists. So that's another avenue that we can look to earn. So on our app, we can set up systems with Dunsriver and the popular attractions and promote their attractions on our platform to get more revenue.
Thank you so very much.
Very
Great
much.
presentation.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shane.
I think the problem is the volume is just so little. So little. It's not, I mean, if she makes even $1,000 a month in revenue, your cost of servers, you have to use Google Map because you're going to do dispatch, and that alone will be $2,000-$3,000. There's no volume in this game. That's the problem.
A friend of mine would call this paving the co-path.
Yeah.
You know, you're not creating a highway or anything. You're just kind of making something that's not so good better, whatnot. You know, it's
I mean, if there was volume, yes. If she was saying that, okay, per car I will charge, and per car they won't pay because it's going to be very expensive for the operator.
It's a very thin margin business, very competitive business.
And more important, like I said, I mean, it's not 10,000 vehicles I'm seeing there are 100 operators, that's all.
Our next presenter is Norval Mendez, and his project is Jelpo Cleaner.
Hi, my name is Norval Mendez. I'm a software developer at Digital, a child company of Jelpo. What we'll be presenting today is Jelpo Cleaner Marketplace. Our mission at Jelpo is to revolutionize the cleaning industry by creating an online marketplace that connects eco-conscious cleaners to eco-conscious customers, and also to produce, distribute, and advocate for the increasing use of eco-friendly cleaning products. What we hope to get from the Amp Group support is increasing support and enhancement of our beta software, and also training and mentorship, among other resources that we believe could be an asset for our growth and scalability of the company.
Our next presenter is Norval Mendez, and his project is Jelpo Cleaner.
Good day, my name is Norval Mendez, and welcome to Jelpo Cleaner Marketplace, where we're empowering cleanliness and connecting communities. They often say that cleanliness is next to godliness, but in a fast-paced world, it is hard and difficult for customers to either create schedule, uncertain costs, and at times they struggle.
Just explain what you're trying to do.
Okay. All right. So they often say cleanliness is next to godliness, but in a fast-paced world, time is scarce. So often when persons or customers, they look for cleaners, it's very hard for them to find. So they struggle with, booking, scheduling and booking. They struggle with uncertainty costs. They even struggle with getting poor service. So it's either they settled for less or they either do DIY for themselves. And on the cleaner side, they often, difficult finding clients and high competition and low visibility and the risk of late payment, which is compensation. But for both, they both suffer because they're using conventional cleaning products. They both suffer because they have high exposure to VOC, non-volatile components in cleaning products, which can cause deaths. So our mission at Jelpo is to revolutionize the cleaning industry by, one, creating an online marketplace that connects eco-conscious cleaners to customers, and at the end of the day, we also want to produce, distribute, and advocate for eco-friendly cleaning practices among our users. So we've getting traction both local and abroad, and this values in programs and award approximately $45,000, right?
Wait.
We have been getting reach in organic reach, and we have approximately in 90 days we've organically reached approximately 24,000 audience, right? So we have been getting traction. So these traction basically split among our target audience, which are cleaners with low visibility, right? Busy homeowner, Airbnb host, commercial manager, and events manager, right? On the global outlook, in 2023 alone, the service marketplace, the service industry was valued at approximately $2 trillion, right? And just in 2023, Airbnb in Jamaica was recorded approximately 200 million US dollars, with the notion that 20 to 30% of that goes to cleaning fee. So what we predict is that by 2027, we can get 5% of this market, which values at approximately 2.5 million in net. So we do have competitors out there, right? So we have local and international. For locals, we have Manpowers, and international, we have Tidy, Cleanstar, and Turno. But how do we stand out, right? We stand out based on our convenience and flexibility. Our core focus is environment and sustainability through our eco-friendly practices, our intuitive and user-friendly dedicated marketplace, and our hassle-free 100% eco-friendly products delivery. Our revenue model is simple. Service fee, where we'll be charging 20% on overall booking fee, subscription charge, where we would actually be doing our eco-friendly subscription for customers and cleaners, and property subscription among cleaning subscription, right? So our growth strategy is simple. It's based on 5 strategic pillars: strategic partnership, technology and innovation, corporate social responsibility, product diversification through IoT and expansion of more eco-friendly products, and market expansion through influencer marketing, same social media marketing, and also traditional marketing. With these growth strategy, we are well on our way in becoming one of the global leading eco-friendly cleaning services and product, while making a significant change to a greener, cleaner, and more sustainable future for a generation to come. So our team, our diverse team and skill, have over 70 years in experience, spanning across industries such as technology, hospitality, entrepreneurship, finance, environmental science, business development, advocacy, and philanthropy. We are vested in building a profitable and scalable company. So this is our key metric from August 2024 to August 2025, where we set to gain at least 800 users with a 90% retention rate, and from that we seek to have at least 6,400 bookings with a revenue projection of over $500,000 US. And partnership is key, as I mentioned earlier. We are at risk. Are we at risk? We are at risk. Everyone is at risk. Based on this pest, political, economical, social, and technology, we see that we are at risk. But one of the main risks that we see is technology, and how we seek to mitigate that is through innovation. Because with innovation, we can stand firm above the market. Our value is clear. With the power of our acronym Awareness ICC, we seek to empower individuals in making informed choices, in driving positive change for a cleaner, safer, and more sustainable future. Our ask: we would like for Launchpad to help us in leveraging their network, software enhancement and improvement from our prototype, and also mentorship and training on any other resources they believe or we believe that could help us in scaling and growing our company. So our company is based on a force for good model, where our company is committed to leverage the power of ICC to drive positive change, ensuring a cleaner, greener, and more sustainable future for all. Thank you.
I have to give you a clap first. You started as a steam engine and became a bullet train halfway.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I know you were nervous to start with, but good you carried yourself through.
Yes.
And this is what is required today, to have that resilience and push through no matter the failures or the obstacles that you face for yourself. The novel, brilliant model. So am I understanding it correctly that the app is live, you have customers, cleaners, it's all working
Okay, so in 2023, we were awarded a $20,000 grant, US grant from the DB Development Bank of Jamaica to build out our first prototype. So our prototype is actually 95%, and we seek, to help with enhancements. So by next month, we are going to be launching, right? And we seek to, over time, get the help that is required.
So to cut you short, the customers, the number of customers you showed, 650, 150 cleaners, it's a projection or you have them?
It's a projection.
It's a projection, okay.
So I'm not to cut you, but I was supposed to say you may open your box.
Oh, I'll leave Peter to do the honors for us.
So that's our eco-friendly cleaning products, 100% eco-friendly cleaning products. They are developed by our team members.
Oh, wow.
He is the PhD candidate in environmental science.
So where's the validation that is actually eco-friendly? Do you have is it certified?
It's not certified as yet, so we would actually be working on all of that.
Do you know where to go and get it certified?
We would also be working on that also.
So do you manufacture it yourself or do you?
So he created the formulation, and then a month ago we won the Manchester Chamber of Commerce business pitch, and we started leveraging our network, and we got the opportunity to go to a manufacturer where they get the formula and they mix it and they package it for us to basically.
So when you say eco-friendly, is it organic?
100% eco-friendly.
The manufacturer is local.
Yes, the manufacturer is local.
But I'm saying.
So this is sample, and then afterwards the bottle is there, because the thing is that we're for the environment. So at the end of the day, the first delivery will be one bottle, and then they would. So those are just the prototypes. Sorry.
Oh, fantastic. Right, because I was gonna ask you about the plastic, but I guess you're saying that it's reusable, right?
Yes.
You just use, but it would be great if even the sachets were sort of.
Yes, those are the prototype. The main prototype that will actually be going on the market, an example, is the one that is
this one?
The craft paper. Yes.
Craft paper, but there must be some liner inside though.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
So the liner is there to keep the fluid in.
Okay, go on. I mean, we won't have time to go through the whole materials and all the rest of it. Look, I like it. I mean, hats off to you, because this is amazing. And I lived in the UK for a long time. This is where they are at. Yes. Having returned home, I haven't seen the momentum in terms of being eco-friendly in Jamaica. I may be wrong, but I haven't seen it or felt it the way I felt it in the UK. So you might be onto something. You might be the one to push us into that direction. So, no, fantastic. Well done.
Peter,
How many SKUs do you have?
Pardon me?
How many products do you have?
Product line. So we have 3 formulated now, but we have 5 more in progress that is being formulated. And our team was a part of Carrifield Alliance, and they're about advocacy and climate change and all of those stuff like with UN. So they're a big part of helping us pushing that eco-friendly, not only in Jamaica, but regional.
So and your distribution will be through digital, or you're going into brick and mortar? You're going into high-low and progressive and all of these?
So if I had the chance to shift, but on our roadmap, we plan to go retail in the next 3 years. And that is the platform, the prototype that we're building, where persons can go on and they can, yes.
So Norman, let me ask you, so I think if you just pitched us a marketplace, putting cleaners and householders on Airbnb, it'd be fine. But the force for good is really a huge component, right?
Absolutely.
Dr. was saying, that is a huge differentiator. But you've gone even one step further. You've not just said, I'm going to use clean products. I'm going to actually make the products and I'm going to get them certified. So I think that's a massive move. But what I'm not clear on though is to be successful, I think you have to have a very clear focus on what, who you want to be when you grow up. Am I to understand you're going to be a marketplace? You're going to charge the customer, obviously, for the service. By taking a cut of the cleaner themselves, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And then you're going to furnish that cleaner with those products that the cleaner has to buy.
Yes, so the cleaners buy the product and also the customer. So on the booking section, there is a form to say, ask the customer if it's a case that they provide their cleaning products or the cleaners provide.
But I think that's a mistake though. With the greatest respect, I think you need to be very clear that what you're providing is a eco-friendly cleaning experience. So if they're providing their own product, you've diluted your proposition right away. So think about that. And then what you're saying is you would transform or over time you then start to market these products in their own right as a eco-friendly product.
So by May of next year, we plan to do our first subscription rollout. So we plan to start with 100 subscriptions and then test the market to understand how it works. But that's a beautiful.
I'm definitely your first subscriber.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing.
So I would say, I think your business concept is a little fuzzy. I think you need to kind of find, but I think the idea and the quality of what the product looks like and what you're seeking to achieve is spot on.
Thank you so much.
Great job.
Appreciate it.
Right. So
I love it.
yeah, I love it. I mean, we didn't get to sort of examine it, and you guys have been here. You guys live in Jamaica long and I've been here back home. Have you seen any eco-friendly stuff?
Never.
I have not seen anything.
And most of the time I have so much of chemicals inside.
Let me tell you, if he can get this right, certify the cleaner as well, not just the product, right? That's how the cleaner is going to apply the product, whatever.
Yes.
Then only to sort now you have a database of people, and if I'm certified cleaner, if I'm a homeowner and I'm saying I want to do something eco-friendly, then I'm going to go. It's just a huge difference.
It is entire.
It just makes a mundane idea into a,
and we can tie it up with heart. We do a 3-month training
course.
Yes. And then we give them the training back what we've done.
You know what it does, by the way, sorry. It also empowers people who would just be domestic helpers with earning a very, whatever, to becoming entrepreneurs themselves, right? So it's a huge kind of,
because immediately I can see like the hotel industry, who want to project that sort of eco-friendly approach to their customers.
Package it more Jamaican, brand it fully with Jamaica brand.
It has huge potential.
I mean, my only question typically with these products is the higher price point, and
we didn't get.
So institutional customers, but again, it's if you're a hotel and you can say, even a small one, I can say, I am certified that we're organic. You can get back that money on your rate, What if you're paying $10 more, you get it back on your rate because people want that experience.
So are you saying that B2B is probably the best because of the cost point?
Well, I mean, I think he has several avenues, but I think scale is going to kill him if it's just purely B2C. So I think he's going to have to look at some sort of option on that.
Well, based on the judge's response, I start off kind of frozen, but they mentioned that I pick up well. So I guess long and short, it was okay. It was good. All your points were valid, of course. I like what Peter mentioned. He mentioned, to have it more of an experience. So, just to kind of let the eco-friendly product be known within the market. Don't give them the customers the choice. Just, put it on them because it is very important to our environment and to sustainability. We have come to the end of an exciting episode of the Amber UTech Launchpad pitching competition. Amber UTech Launchpad is committed to the funding of 100 startups in 1,000 days, and the fate of the entrepreneurs you saw today rests in the hands of our esteemed panel of judges. If you feel inspired and have an amazing tech idea in mind, go to myambergroup.com and apply for batch 2 of the Amber UTech Launchpad. In the next season, a new batch of entrepreneurs with groundbreaking tech innovation will take the stage, hoping to secure life-changing investments. Make sure you tune in and witness their journey and support the future of Jamaica's tech landscape. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Amber UTech Launchpad pitching competition.